Good morning, everyone. I am Ritu Das. This is the series on MEMS. I will be talking about materials for MEMS. MEMS are acronym for Micro Electromechanical System. They are the miniaturized mechanical and electromechanical element. MEMS device can vary from sub-micron to several millimeter. So just to have an idea how tiny they are, this is the scale frame where we can see 1000 micrometer is 1 millimeter. That means 1000 part of millimeter is the micrometer. So we are dealing with those tiny structures. MEMS are broad classification of system which includes numerous process, technology, material and so on. Even the material for MEMS are quite large in number, including semiconductor, metal, alloy, polymer, composite, oxide, nitride. I will be talking about selected section of material which are commonly used in MEMS. Before starting with material, I would like to introduce few processes that are commonly used in MEMS processing. Isotropic etching, that is non-directional etching used in bulk micromachining. Isotropic etching, which is directional etching, means certain plane of material have different etching rate than other. So that plane, say 110, will etch faster than 111 plane. Reactive ion etching, this is the combination of chemical and physical etching. Plasma is inclusive of highly reactive species, including ion, neutral ion, atoms, etc., which are incident on targeted area to be etched. They are highly directional, and a large portion of material can be etched out through this process. These are used to form deep trenches, as you can see in the SEM image. Fluorinated and chlorinated compound along with hydrogen, helium and oxygen are used as reactive agent. Now, bulk micromachining. That, as name suggests, bulk micromachine is processing and etching the substrate three-dimensionally. Selected etching inside substrate, that is silicon crystalline, has been done. So as you can see in schematic, there is a silicon wafer that has been patterned and then doped with boron, that is flipped, bond to the glass, and unwanted area has been removed. The end product is doped, boron doped cantilever or suspended on glass. Surface micromachining. Whereas surface micromachining has a sequence of thin film deposited on the surface. Those thin films are then processed and form various structures. In the schematic, we can see on silicon substrate as a base, we have deposited silicon oxide and then polysilicon structure, and then we have etched out the silicon oxide, and the end is the cantilever here. Now this is low pressure chemical vapor deposition. This is the technique where most of the thin film are deposited in MEMS. So this these were these uh, this is worked on. In this process, low pressure of say 100 to 500 millitorr are used. The source gas is saline, dichlorosaline and ammonia according to the end product, and deposition temperature varies from 300 to 1000 degrees Celsius. It's a quartz tube. The wafer to be deposited has been placed in the middle. Then the reactive gas will be introduced and encapsulated with the heating coil. Then the process start, and the gas will react and it will deposit on the wafer to have a thin coating. So now these are the materials I will be talking about. They are classified as Silicon-based material where single crystalline, polycrystalline, amorphous silicon, quartz are included. Then germanium-based material where polycrystalline germanium, silicon germanium. Then metals, which includes numerous metals. Then harsh environmental semiconductor, which include harsh environmental semiconductor that are silicon carbide and diamond. Then gallium arsenide, indium phosphate and related materials, and ferroelectric material, and at the end polymer. Single crystalline silicon is the primary material used for MEM device. For surface micromachining, single crystalline substrate used as a mechanical platform on which device structure have been fabricated. Single crystalline silicon is relatively easy to bulk micromachine as potassium hydroxide and tetramethyl tetramethyl ammonium hydroxide. Etching rate is different for 100 and 111 plane than to 11 plane. In contrast, isotropic etching exhibits no selectivity to the various crystalline plane is used to remove the damaged surface, creation of the surface and patterning. Reactive ion etching is commonly used for dry etching where the chlorinated and fluorinated compound are used along with oxygen, hydrogen and helium to etch out the material. The application are in piezoresistive pressure sensor, accelerometer and mechanical resonator. Now polycrystalline and amorphous silicon. Surface micromachining is process where a sequence of thin film, often different material, is deposited by various CVD and PVD technique and then selectively etched to form a MEM structure. Polysilicon is usually deposited by low pressure CVD with the temperature of 580 degrees to 650 degrees and pressure of 100 to 400 millitorr. So below this temperature, say 570, the transition temperature, the film will be amorphous. We can tune the electrical property by doping polycrystalline silicon with boron and phosphorus. That is relatively easy to dope, as in polycrystalline there are again boundaries that are the center to nucleate. The polycrystalline applications are in mechanical property testing, structure, thermal actuator, electrostatic accurate accelerometer, gyroscope has been fabricated by these films. Now porous silicon that is produced at room temperature by electrochemical etching of silicon in HF. The density of holes in the surface are controlled by applied current density. High current density leads to high density holes and smooth edged surface. For low current density, the hole density is also low. Here we can see the schematic where the silicon is subjected to the HF and then circuit is closed. We can see when current is passed, these silicon is react with HF and it will be creating the holes. Both single and polycrystalline silicon can be converted into porous silicon. Silicon dioxide. This is the main layer, sacrificial layer that has been used extensively in MEMS device. This has been created by thermal oxidation of silicon at temperature of 900 to 1200 degrees Celsius in the presence of oxygen or steam. This will create a thickness of 2 micrometer oxidation film on the surface. So for thickness more than 2 micrometer, low pressure CVD technique has been used. Now quartz is the crystalline form of silicon oxide. It also have various applications, say optically transparent, it is piezoelectric, electrically insulating, and interesting property for MEMS. So silicon dioxide has been used for sacrificial layer for surface micromachining and passivation layer for device. Silicon nitride is widely used in MEMS device as a diffusion barrier and passivating layer. Two deposition techniques are used to deposit silicon nitride, that is low pressure CVD and plasma enhanced CVD. Low pressure CVD, highly resistive to chemical attack, makes the material right choice for silicon bulk and surface micromachining. The film deposited with the plasma enhanced CVD are generally non-stoichiometric and they are limited because of high etching rate in HF. The applications are electric isolation, surface passivation, etch masking, and mechanical material typically for membrane and encapsulation and packaging. Now coming to the germanium-based material. Germanium-based material like silicon, germanium have been used long back for earlier transistor and strain gauge. Extensively used in surface micromachining due to low process temperature and also compatible with silicon. Now polycrystalline germanium thin film can be deposited by low pressure CVD at temperature lower than 325 degrees Celsius on silicon germanium and silicon germanium substrate. Germanium does not nucleate on silicon oxide, enable it to use as sacrificial mold. Residual stress in germanium can arrest completely when annealed at 600 degrees for 30 seconds. Polygermanium are highly resistive to etch from KOH, enables us to fabricate polygermanium membrane. Polysilicon have comparable mechanical properties as silicon, having Young's modulus of 32 GPa, which can be used as sacrificial layer on silicon oxide by using appropriate etchant. The application of polycrystalline germanium are thermistors and are used as a sacrificial layer. Polycrystalline silicon germanium. This is deposited by low pressure CVD and rapid thermal CVD at temperature 450 and 625 respectively. Depending on the concentration of germanium, deposition temperature may vary. More germanium, lower the temperature. Polycrystalline germanium silicon can also be doped with boron and phosphorus to tune its electrical properties. Composition of silicon germanium in the film governs the property of the film as the microstructure, conductivity, and residual strength. Combination of polygermanium germanium silicon material are optimal for surface micromachining. With etchant hydroperoxide H2O2, polygermanium etching rate is 0.4 micron per minute, while polysilicon germanium with germanium have lower 80% have no effect on 40 hours. These can be used in integrated MEMS and micro machine thermopillars. Now coming to the metals. Metals are used as etch mask in device fabrication as well as interconnects and switch element in microsensors and microactuators. Metal thin film can be deposited using wide range of techniques, say thermal evaporation, sputtering, CVD, and electroplating. In thermal evaporation, where material is resistively heated to its melting point and it's evaporated and deposited condensed on the substrate. In sputtering, high potential difference applied between the substrate and target to be deposited. Inert gas, example, argon is introduced which ionized create plasma. Positive argon ion hit to the target enables the target material to be ejected and deposit on the substrate. CVD. In this coating process uses thermally induced chemical reaction at the surface of the heated substrate. Precursors are gas form which thermally reacts, decomposed and deposit on the substrate leaving byproduct as a gas form. Electroplating. Here the electric current is passed through the two electrode dipped to the electrolyte when connect to the battery or power supply to form a circuit. Electrolyte get oxidized and reduced on the cathode to form thin layer of the metal. A wide range of metals are used in MEMS, that is out of scope. I am discussing selected metals. Aluminium and gold are extensively used metal in microfabrication, electronics, and electromicromachining and electromechanical devices as interconnects packing material. Gold also used as electromechanical switch in RF MEMS. Bulk micromachining of metals is developed for MEMS, that is tin. Having high fracture toughness is a great biocompatible and more passive to the oxidation than silicon. Now shape memory alloys. Metallic alloy that exhibit shape memory effect have potential in micro actuators. Shape memory alloy effect relies on reversible transformation from ductile phase to stiff phase on application of heat. The reversible phase change allow the shape memory effect to be used as actuation mechanism since material change shape during the transformation. High force and strength can be generated with reasonable power input. Shape memory alloy are used in MEMS based on microfluid device actuation and as micro valve and micro pumps. Nickel, titanium nickel is among the most popular shape memory alloy owing to its high actuation work density. Nickel iron for magnetic actuation, a thick magnetic layer of 10 to 100 micron deposited by electroplating is to generate sufficient magnetic field to generate desired actuation. Now harsh environmental material that are silicon carbide. Silicon carbide are the material for harsh environment. They are electrically and mechanically stable at high temperature. Silicon carbide are polymorphic material having structure of cubic, hexagonal, orthorhombic. They can be doped to create N-type and P-type material. Young's module is high in range of 300 to 450 gigapascal. Silicon carbide thin films are grown or deposited by low pressure CVD with precursor selene and CH3H8 at the high temperature of 1500 to 1700 degrees. Polycrystalline silicon carbide, versatile material for silicon carbide MEM, then its single crystal counterpart. Polycrystalline silicon carbide can be deposited on variety of substrate such as polysilicon, silicon oxide, silicon nitride. Amorphous, amorphous silicon carbide can be deposited at even low temperatures by phase assist CVD. Micromolding an advanced process of patterning silicon carbide film on sacrificial layer substrate are developed recently to fabricate silicon carbide micromotors. Silicon carbide can be worked in very much harsh environment and also with high frequency MEMS and NAMES devices. Diamond. Diamond are the natural hardest ideal material for high wear and environmental electronics. It has large electronic band gap and easily doped with boron to create conductivity. Diamond MEMS currently restricted to polycrystalline diamond and amorphous materials since single crystalline diamond wafer are not yet commercialized. Polycrystalline diamond films can be deposited on silicon and silicon oxide substrate by CVD. Fabrication fabricated using bulk micromachine silicon molds to pattern structure. Silicon molds were fabricated using conventional micromachining and filled the polycrystalline diamond deposited by hot filament HFCVD. HFCVD process uses hydrogen and methane precursor at the substrate temperature of 650 to 900 degrees Celsius at the pressure of 50 millitorr. Diamond film have high residual stress gradient, rough surface morphology as a result of high faceted large grain polycrystalline film. The rough surface of morphology degrades the pattern process resulting in rough sidewall in edged structure and rough surface of the film deposit over these layer. Unlike polycrystalline silicon and silicon carbide, a post-deposition process is not technically feasible for diamond due to extreme hardness. Development of an ultra crystalline diamond UNCD film that exhibits a much smooth film surface that compatible diamond film grown using conventional method is solution for this. Another alternative deposition method that is improving to be well suited for diamond MEM based on pulsed laser deposition. The process is performed in high vacuum chamber and uses pulsed excimer laser to enable graphite target the material from the ejected plume deposited on the substrate, which is kept at room temperature. The background gas composite of nitrogen, hydrogen, and argon can be introduced to adjust the deposition pressure and film property. The application of diamond in MEMS are microfluid application, component of diffractive optics, laser to fiber alignment, and power device cooling structures. Now coming to the next class of material, that is germanium arsenide, indium phosphate and related 3,5 compounds have favorable piezoelectric and optoelectric properties, high piezoresistive constant. High quality single crystal wafer are commercially available as a well developed monolithic chemical vapor deposition, metal organic chemical vapor deposition. Molecular beam epitaxy (MBE) process for epitaxial layer of gallium arsenide and its alloy. Micromachining of gallium arsenide is relatively straightforward. In addition to use epitaxial layer as etch stop, air implant method can be used to produce etch stop at gallium arsenide. A pulsed electrochemical etch method used as H2O2S4 platinum electrolyte solution at 440 degrees with 100 millisecond pulse is sufficient to selectively remove N-type gallium arsenide about 3 micrometer per minute. Application are device fabrication use. These methods include combo drive lateral resonant structure, pressure sensors, thermopilar sensor, cantilever-based sensor and actuators in addition. Micromachining of indium phosphate closely resembles the techniques used for gallium arsenide. Crystal structure, mechanical stiffness and hardness of indium phosphate is similar to gallium arsenide. Like gallium arsenide, single crystalline wafer of indium phosphate are readily available, and ternary and quaternary lattice matched alloys such as indium gallium arsenide, indium aluminum arsenide, indium gallium arsenide phosphate can used as either etch stop or sacrificial layer depending on the etch chemistry. For instance, indium phosphate structure layer deposited on indium aluminum arsenide sacrificial layer can be released using etchant containing H2O2 and water. In addition, gallium arsenide and indium phosphate materials such as indium arsenide can also be micromachined into the device. Applications are multi-air gap filter, bridge structure, etc. Coming to the ferroelectric material, piezoelectric mechanical stress produce a polarized and conventional voltage induced polarization produce a mechanical stress. Piezoelectric material important role in MEMS technology for sensing and mechanical actuation application. Recent work in MEMS has focused on development of ferroelectric compounds such as PZT, lead zirconate titanate, because of compound have high piezoelectric constant that results in high mechanical transaction. Like silicon, PZT films can be patterned using dry etching technique based on chlorine chemistries. PZT have successfully deposited in thin film form using sputtering HFCVD sol gel process and also PLD technique. Thick film printed technology of PZT have developed to produce thick film in excess of 1000 micrometer. Now coming to the last section, that are the polymer material. Polyimide. Polyimide are important class of material used in conventional MEM process. It can be acquired as bulk and can be processed as thin film by spin coating. It can be etched by dry etching technique and processed at high temperature. Used where the inertness and flexibility are important parameter as microfabrication. Shear stress sensors also used as sacrificial layer due to the chemical inertness, and it can withstand to 400 degrees Celsius temperature. SUV SU8 is a negative photoresist. It is high aspect ratio UV sensitive resist, single coating deposit with a thickness of 500 micrometer. Due to favorable chemical property enable it to use as a mold for electroplating structure and structure material for microfluid. Bonding layer material for wafer bonding, because the bonding strength of this material is very high for 100 micrometer thickness. Parallel emerging polymer material basically due to its biocompatibility. It is deposited by CVD at room temperature. Due to its conformal nature, it is used as prefabrication process in silicon microneedle. Low stress nitrogen membrane particle filter. Its serves as strengthening and protective coating. Now the last section, that is liquid crystal polymer. High performance thermoplastic currently being used in printed circuit board and electronic packaging application. It is mechanical flexible, electrical insulating, chemical durable and impermeable to resist impermeable resistive to moisture. Liquid crystal polymer can be bound to self or to the other substrate such as glass or silicon by thermal lamination. It can be etched by oxygen plasma and it is highly resistive to the HF and many metal etchant. Moisturizer absorb less than 0.02%, make it well stable for packaging material. It is used as encapsulation for various RF MEM application capacitor, RF MEM capacitor, and can be used as cantilever. So with this, I will be summarizing my talk. So I have been talking about various materials, starting with single crystalline silicon that have high quality electronic material selective anisotropic etching that is used as bulk micromachining and piezoresistive sensing. Then polycrystalline doping of polycrystalline silicon is easy and also it is used as a sacrificial layer that is used as surface micromachining. Then silicon dioxide, that is insulator, etched by HF and compatible with polycrystalline. Silicon nitride, that is insulating, chemically resistive, mechanically stable, and can be used at elevated temperature. Polycrystalline germanium, polycrystalline silicon germanium, gold and aluminum. They are conductive films, flexible and deposition technique where and used in various deposition techniques. Bulk titanium have high strength, corrosion resistance. Nickel iron are magnetic alloy. Titanium nickel is shape memory alloy. Application in thermal actuation. Then silicon carbide diamond, they are electrically and mechanically stable at high temperature, chemically inert, having high Young's modulus. Gallium arsenide, indium phosphate, indium arsenide, and related materials that are wide bandgap epitaxial grown on related ternary compound. PZT are piezoelectric material. Polyamide are chemically resistant high temperature polymer. SU8 are thick negative photoresist. Parylene are biocompatible polymer deposited at room temperature. At the end, liquid crystal polymer that are chemical resistant and low temperature permeable insulating. So these all are material used, commonly used material in MEMS device. There are far more advancement, that is MEMS technology is moving towards advancement day by day. There are a lot more materials that are introduced in this family. So I will be finishing with this. Thank you very much for listening. Have a nice day.